you, right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
me.
And I changed the lock.
Oh, perfect.
So you don't need to come out. You do that.
Okay.
You don't need
Awesome.
to come.
Cool. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by and bringing this. We can go backpacking. We got our stuff. Waiting around all morning for this. Our one piece of our shelter here from Yama Mountain Gear. We're ready to go backpacking now. Let's do it. We bought a tiny home, so we're now out of the van, living in the tiny home. And you know, maybe if you guys are interested, I could do a tour one day. But yeah, we're in that. We're doing 2 nights, 3 days. Gonna be leaving Bruce's Trailhead in Lander, Wyoming. And we're gonna be hiking probably around 30 to 40 miles in 3 days. So nothing too crazy, but nothing too small either. All right, goodbye civilization. Hello trail. Hello poop bag. Pick up your shit, guys, come on. All right, guys, well, pack feels super comfortable. I am super stoked. Actually, there's a little hint of fall in the air. Not sure if I mentioned, but this is the Middle Fork Trail. So this is one of the local trails in town. All right, well, here's the Poja Falls Junction going that way. I am heading up the Middle Fork Trail. So probably the last of the people I'll see for a while, except the occasional maybe trail runner or backpacker. Tonight I'm trying to make it to Pinto Park, which is around 12, 13, 14, 15 miles, somewhere in there, 12 to 15 miles. So I wanted to point out here, the point of this trip was to test gear out for my upcoming trip in 5 days. I'm gonna be a porter for Gannett Peak. So I'm gonna have to carry my gear plus an additional 40 pounds on my back. Absolutely gorgeous views looking back towards Lander and Sinks Canyon, just so much granite around. I also put some music on. Man, it just really enhances the hiking experience. I love it. Just stopped. We're in the double sock system now. And as I had my shoes off, saw 2 backpackers walking by. Told them about my blisters. Sure enough, one of the girls had Leuko tape. And she even gave me like almost a foot of it. And now, as I'm walking, feels really good. The Leuko tape is working. The duct tape didn't work. So, get Leuko tape. Wow, this is amazing. Little guy. So, one thing I believe in is if you put out your good energy, you're gonna receive good energy, good karma. And, you know, sure enough, that shows. I mean, what are the odds? I get really bad blisters on both heels. I sit down at that exact moment. I have my shoes off. Hikers come by, chat with them, and they have Leuko tape. The odds of that, you know, 2 parties meeting in the middle of the winds, and they needed exactly what I needed. So it's just like, it's just good karma, guys, you know? I try to be a good person, put out good energy, and, you know, that came back to me and helped me out. Oh, look at that. Bring in the sea light. 5:21. Well, this is why you test out gear before you do a big trip. Getting blisters all right there. And you can see this is getting all worn down. Just because the soles here are so rigid. If I want to make it up to Pinto Park, I need to kick it into high gear. So I'm gonna try a different setup here now. I'm gonna use my Smart Wool liners. I don't even know if they're really liners, they're just a really thin sock. I wear them snowboarding in the springtime. So maybe I just have too much sock inside the shoe, because my toes are like the tips of my toes are hurting too. But that's probably because I had 2 pairs of socks on. So before I just had my Darn Tough socks on, just like a mid-weight. These are definitely like a lighter weight shoe or sandal or sock. So we'll try that, eat some Sour Patch Kids, get some sugar in me. These are so good. All right, so just got on the Pinto Trail. Our elevation's about just under 9,000 feet, about 60 feet under it. And from the Bruce's Trailhead, we've gone up 1,800 feet. So I think this part we go up another 800 feet, I believe. All right, we got 2.1 miles to Pinto Park. It is 6:58. They say they're waterproof. We have made it. The Circa Tower is in there. All right, well, found a good camp spot. I'm actually camping with the 3 Canadians. Well, one actually lives in Carbondale, Colorado, but yeah, they're doing the Sierra High Route, Wind River High Route. So kind of cool chatting with them about that. Fortunately, one of the guys is kind of having some issues with the elevation since it came from sea level yesterday. So hopefully some sleep will help him a little bit. What time are you guys gonna wake up at, you think? It's whenever.
I think probably not set an alarm and like when the sun's up and we wake.
Yeah. All right. That sounds perfect. I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, man. Glad you guys didn't wake up at 6 a.m.
What's that?
Glad you guys didn't wake up at 6 a.m. You guys are passed out, huh? Good morning, or should I say afternoon. So I woke up probably around 8 this morning. It's already 11:30, but just kind of hung out with the guys that I met from Canada. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but the hike from Bruce's Trailhead to Pinto Park was 15 miles. And about elevation gain of, I think, 3,000 feet. But pretty gradual, wasn't too bad. The Canadians. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day is, like I said, head back up to Pinto Park. So it's only a couple miles away, just so I'm not left with a ton of miles tomorrow. It'd be nice to just have that 15 miles back to the trailhead, and it's pretty much all downhill, so shouldn't be too bad. Guys, I am starving. Got a little appetizer here, some olives and cheese. We got a delicious dinner tonight. We're gonna make pad thai here. So we got the rice noodles. For the spices here, I have in the ball there, I think that's peanut butter or curry paste. But anyways, there's both of those in there. And then we got some curry powder in there for an extra spice. A little bit of garlic powder. And then I diced up some fresh onion and green pepper, or red pepper, and then we got fresh lime. And then I decided to use this bowl here so I don't have to clean out my MSR pot for coffee in the morning. I can just leave it dirty in here and throw it in my food bag. That is delicious. Wow. The fresh squeezed lime and fresh onion. I didn't come up with this, by the way. There's a chef on YouTube. I think Chef Orzo. I'll leave it in the description to his channel. But he's got really good recipes. I also made a chia bowl that has around 1,000 calories for breakfast today. And he came up with the idea, and delicious. Just absolutely delicious. All right, so here's the shelter. I guess I really haven't shown it. It's just the MSR Through Hiker 100. I think that's what the tarp's called. Anyways, underneath here we have the Yama. Here's the brand Yama. They're made in Montana, which the material and the quality is just amazing. Anyways, it's actually pretty roomy, but it can open from 3 different ways. So you can open it here, so you can literally pull down that whole front end, or across the ridge, you can unzip that and unzip that, which is pretty much what I do. So this whole side just opens up, and then I am super cozy. So You can see how this thing kind of works right now. Got a top zipper and the side zipper. Oh man, it's so cozy in here. Well, got the shelter all packed up, so now I gotta pack up my garage sale here. This is typical Andy fashion, just a garage sale, stuff everywhere. But yeah, man, what a good camp spot. I definitely slept in this morning. I think my body just needed the sleep. It's been a couple days since I actually got really good sleep, so slept about 10 hours last night, which freaking awesome. All right, guys, we are out of here. 12:05. Oh man, what a beautiful sight though. So right before you get up into Pinto Park, but nice camp spot. Huge fire ring. Although there's always a fire ban. Seems to be every summer out west. But tons of spots. There's a nice flat spot over there. I mean, you could definitely fit a lot of tents back here. Here's another good spot right here. This one's got a great view. Check this out. Boom. Day 3 with the La Sportiva boots. Blisters are feeling a lot better today. I think they're popped. They're dried out. Once I take that Luco tape off when I get home, I'll have 2 days, Friday, Saturday, to let those blisters dry out, and hopefully, I don't know, seems like I could bring these Sportiva boots and maybe bring like a pair of Tiva sandals just in case I could wear them as a camp shoe, but also if I had to hike out, well, when I hike out, I can wear, got a message, it's the girlfriend, she's in Washington right now. Anyways, when I hike out, if my blisters are super bad, I have that option of just wearing sandals. But yeah, hopefully I would really like to get a gear video out for the Gannett trip before I go. I'm gonna really try to do that, at least film a video. I probably won't actually get it out. Like this video, probably by the time you're watching it, I will have done Gannett. So it's gonna be this video, the gear video for Gannett, and then the Gannett trip video. All right, guys, so if I were to name 3 standout pieces of gear, I'm gonna say the Hyperlite mountain gear shoulder strap. So if cell phone goes in there, I put the Garmin InReach on the outside, and it's just a great piece of gear. I always get stage fright when I see people on the trail, so I stop talking. But I'll tell you something funny here in a second. But let's go with the second piece of gear that I think did really well. The Yamaha mountain gear wind bivy with the Sil Poly flooring. Thing was just super versatile. Well, I guess I wouldn't say versatile. It was just, it made sleeping under an A-frame tarp more comfortable, and I didn't feel as exposed as I normally do just sleeping under the tarp. I normally don't mind cowboy camping or just a tarp when I'm with people, but by myself, it's just, I don't know, I feel pretty exposed out here. Even after hiking the PCT, I still feel that, wow, ADHD over here. Look at that. Right. Anyways, wind bivy did really well at 8 ounces, handmade in the US, in Wyoming, Montana, just north of us. Yamaha mountain gear. Love it. But for the third piece that I think did the best on this trip, drum roll please, is the Thermarest Z-Lite. And it is the trimmed down version. Well, I trimmed it down. Forget how many panels I trimmed, but it's at 10 ounces. And, you know, I'm 5'11", so my feet definitely hang off. But my feet probably hang off to about mid-shin. But what I do is have my pack under my feet. So it's great because my feet are elevated just a little bit to help the swelling on the feet. But also my feet are insulated from the ground with my pack. But the Z-Lite is so versatile. I use it stretching, as you saw. I sit on it at dinner time, sit on it at lunchtime, breaks, and it's not gonna pop, which I've had a lot of sleeping pads pop on me throughout the couple of years. I think I had 2 of them pop on me on the PCT. One last year in Bend. And I will say I am very cautious on where I'm placing my tent, so I don't have anything going through it. But yeah, but I will say it does have its limitations. It is not as warm. So if you're sleeping in as low as the 40s, I think you're gonna be fine. I am a warm sleeper though, so don't quote me on that. And I do use a sleeping bag, which when you do sleep on a sleeping pad, the down is pretty much uses, or the down insulation that you're sleeping on top of is almost useless insulation because it's not compressed, or it's because it's compressed, so it doesn't keep you as warm, but it does a little bit. But yeah, so limitations also, if you're a side sleeper, it might hurt your hips a little bit, but what you can do is just get some pieces of clothing and fold it up and kind of put it under your hips, and that helps too. But typically I'm all over the place. I sleep on my back, sleep on my side, and I really don't have problems. Now I will say I've used different sleeping pads. I've used the Walmart one, looks just like it. It's a lot stiffer and hard, so I don't recommend it. I don't know if they have a insulation value on it, or insulating value. They might say they do, but they probably don't. So I wouldn't recommend that one. But also Big Agnes. Is it Big Agnes? Yeah, Big Agnes makes a foam pad. It's green and gray. It's not really like, it kind of rolls up. Definitely don't recommend that either. I used that all in pretty much most of Washington on the PCT, so about, I forget how many miles Washington was, 500 and something. And man, I was cold a lot, and it's not a comfortable pad. I think it's more used for maybe if you want to use it in the wintertime, throw it under a blow-up pad. But honestly, I wouldn't even recommend that Big Agnes pad. So as I was talking to myself about my 3 pieces of gear, I walked past some ladies, chatting with them, and one asked me about my sleeping pad, and I gave her a big spiel about 5 minutes recommending it. She's like, wow, you should be blogging this. I didn't tell her I was, like literally 30 minutes prior to that. Alright guys, I'm gonna close down the video here with a view of Kaposia Falls. Man, it has been a great trip with another 1.5 miles to go, and in total mileage I will be about 37 miles in the last 3 days. I'm feeling it. But yeah, anyways, be on the lookout for some more videos. I'm gonna have a video of the my Gannett gear trip, and also the trip of Gannett. So that's gonna be in a couple days, but yeah, so this video will come out first, then after that will be the gear, and then Gannett. So yeah, catch you guys next time. Get out there, go explore, and be nice to one another. Peace. Hey, you. Hey. Hey. Yeah, you. You should subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh. No? Okay.